So you're trying to make a change, make the world as it is into the world as it should be. You're actually doing more harm than good. Somehow you feel like you're in the way. This is where the Buddhist practice of right concentration is really helpful. It's helpful because it's not about turning ourselves inwards or withdrawing or giving up, but rather it's about setting out with a different frame of mind. Right concentration tells us that our experience of ourselves is part of what we're doing. So often we bring harm because we're there partly to soothe ourselves as much as anything else. We're there to get other people to heal us, and we don't necessarily recognize that. Or that the desire to serve and the desire to be served both come from the same ego, the same sense of self, the illusion. And so right concentration, it's not about withdrawing so much as that moment when the Buddha, having meditated and become enlightened, stood up and walked away from the enlightenment tree and set out to change the world. It's the starting block of change. It's a readjustment and a reassessment so that we can try not to do harm. I saw the huge change this had in a friend of mine when we campaigned together loads and still do. We campaigned on food poverty, on local democracy, on refugee justice issues. And there came a time when he needed to step back and he went on retreat and he changed his focus. And when he came back into organising and campaigning, I think he did that differently, kinder to himself for a start, but with a different orientation to the world, no longer driven by anger, but much more by compassion and by an understanding of his own context, his own place in the world. And still an effective organiser, but one who's had some of that ego knocked off. And it really inspired me to think differently as well about how we approach the world around us and to seek this idea of right concentration. It allows us to work and campaign for a better world in a different way. It's a skill. And this is why in the last video, I wanted to think about the word right, actually, because in Buddhism, the Eightfold Path is often called right this or right that, right speech, right action, right concentration. But maybe right isn't the best word at all. And our last video, we'll look at that.